We've got a submission here from Off Topic who asks about losing yaw at 18 seconds. And by the way, for anybody who's keeping score, I know I have a couple other submissions that are ahead of this one, but I can't resist a good troubleshoot compared to a tuning analysis. I love a troubleshoot. It's way more interesting to me to try and solve, troubleshoot a problem than to sort of dig into a tuning. So I apologize to people who I've skipped over, but I just can't resist. So I will get to you. At 18 seconds, I lose yaw. Let's see what happens. So I've got the yaw PIDs up here, and I've got RC command up here. Anytime we're analyzing some kind of a question of, I'm having an unwanted effect on the copter, the first thing I want to do is look at RC command and compare what the copter's doing with what it's being commanded to do. Okay, so 16 seconds, and here right at 18 seconds we can see that, boom, the yaw stick jumps like crazy. So that's clearly not right, is it? So what's going on there? Well, I'll tell you, I think I know. Notice that right here, yaw suddenly jumps to 0. And in fact, yaw is at 0. The throttle is at 1100. I'm guessing that's min throttle. I still see, interesting, I still see roll moving. So my first guess is going to be that your receiver dropped out. Now if we scroll down here, we can see that we do not have any failsafe. RX signal received is true and RX flight channel is valid is true. So we are not getting a failsafe from the receiver, but that doesn't mean that, the receiver could still be in failsafe if it's set to hold channel values. Then CleanFlight would never know that a failsafe had happened. So, so the fact that CleanFlight has not gone into failsafe doesn't necessarily mean that the receiver isn't in failsafe, depending on how you have it configured. But yeah, left stick, and I think I've seen this before. I think you submitted this before. The left stick zeroes out. Left stick goes to 0, throttle goes to 0, or min throttle. Doesn't move. It's like you're completely losing your left stick, and then boom, suddenly it comes back. So I don't know what's causing this, but it's very clear how it's characterized, because we can see that the right stick is still moving and working. The left stick basically seems to just disappear, and then suddenly, boop, it jumps back in. And of course there's a huge twitch because the PID loops thinks you moved your stick very rapidly, right? It thinks you moved your stick, and so that it of course jumps really quick to catch up. That's not unexpected. So the question is, why is your left stick dropping out? I know why. You are dropping to 0 throttle and you're losing yaw authority because you use stick arming. You use stick arming. I'll bet that you use stick arming, and 1100 is min check. When you drop below min check, you lose yaw authority because CleanFlight is looking for the disarm command. So you can't have yaw authority below min check if you're doing stick arming. And it's only when you raise the stick above min check that your throttle jumps back in. Okay, that's my final answer. My final answer is that you use stick arming and your min check is 1100. When you drop below min check, you lose yaw authority because that's what CleanFlight does if you use stick arming. You can't have yaw authority when you're below min check because it's looking for the disarm command. And you wouldn't want yaw to be active when you disarmed, right? Because then when you push the stick all the way to the left to disarm, your copter would yaw left like crazy. So what you need to do is you need to use idle up to prevent the stick from ever going below min check, or my recommendation is to learn to use switch arming instead of stick arming and just circumvent this nonsense. Also, if I'm right that your min check is 1100, you almost certainly, if you've got a decent transmitter, you could be going much lower with min check and get rid of some of the deadband at the bottom of the channel. Okay, that's my guess. Let me know if I'm right. Happy flying.